Greetings, automotive enthusiasts. Today we have for you a really special car. This is a 1986 Chevrolet Corvette Convertible Pace Car. The stickers were kind of like a optional. I think they came with the car, and you could either put the stickers on or not. It looks way better without the stickers. I don't have the stickers, but obviously the original owner elected not to put the stickers on, which is good because then the stickers would probably leave discoloration in the paint at this stage of its life if you were to take them off. So car looks absolutely gorgeous. This is like a two-owner car. 20-some thousand miles on it. I'll show you the miles when we get inside the car exactly. No accidents or damage on Carfax. This is truly an exceptional C4 Corvette. 5.7 liter. This has got the tuned port injection, not the crossfire or misfire as some people like to call it, but 230 horsepower and 330 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, this car runs really good. You'll be impressed here with the drive-by and stuff of the car. It absolutely has just amazing torque. This is one of those rare instances where, I mean, I like manual transmissions. I usually prefer manuals, but this had the real kind of maligned 4+3 overdrive oddball transmission. And so really on this car with convertible cruiser with all that torque, the 4-speed automatic is, I think, kind of the way to go on this car. It just shifts fantastic, puts the power down great, and everything like that. So this car is just really nice. I'll show you, it's not perfect, but it is exceptional. We'll show you some of the flaws and everything when we get up there. Just real quick, here are the floor mats. Went ahead and pulled them out, so then when I show you the inside of the car, you can see the carpets without the floor mats. The floor mats are almost immaculate. One little bitty stain right there in the middle of that one, but it looks nice. We'll kind of keep going around the horn here, but here we go. Just a gorgeous car. I've actually driven this car a bunch, and I'll tell you more about it when I get into the driving section as far as the driving impressions and what we've done with this car. But let's go ahead and zoom in on the details. Now, we'll kind of start off with the front bumper here. There are some imperfections on the bumper, just paint-wise. So let's go across the top here. So you can kind of see some little, I don't know if that's, it feels kind of etched into the paint right there. I'm gonna go across the top here so you can see the very top. So you can see everything about the top. Just some minor imperfections. But if you look, I'm gonna pan back a little bit. The hood, because the hood's a hard fiberglass, the bumper's like a urethane. So the paint on the bumper doesn't hold up as well as the paint on the hood. And you'll see the paint on the hood is almost flawless. And let me kind of tell you where I'm going with this here in a minute. So I wanted you to really see the front edging here, and then we're gonna go across the front facing of that. The lights are great, the moldings are fantastic. Now when you look here, you'll see this is what's taken the kind of the brunt of the elements. You can see we got some clear coat, little patches of clear coat missing, and I gotta be honest with you, we did that. One of my guys was pressure washing the car when I came back from a trip and had bugs on it, and you can see where you get the little pits in there. Well, basically when you get pits like that, if you hit that with the pressure washer, so he blew some of the clear coat off the bumper. Kind of unfortunate, but it was pitted anyway, but there is a little bit of clear coat that did get blown off with the pressure washer. Got a little bit too close, so on these old cars, that's a lesson learned. You can't get too close, but it doesn't look terrible. If I continue to have the car, my painter is really backed up right now. So, but here's my point on this, and you'll see the lights are super nice, and then the front tag cover. So here's where I'm going with this. The paint on the hood is almost immaculate. And the fact that this has a brake line, you could either break it, if you didn't want to risk matching these two, you could actually break it here and paint the lower half and leave that. But as nice as this car is, and if you can find a really good painter to match, what's great is you got this brake line here, and so this car is worth it. It deserves it. I would repaint the nose of that car because you've got a perfect brake line right there. So you don't have to worry about, and then the hood itself and the lights are just absolutely, just gorgeous. So this car really deserves that kind of attention. Just kind of showing you everything on the car. Here's our little lower air dam. It's in nice shape. A few little scuffs on it. It's down there. And what's nice about it is it's soft, so it does flex and move. So you kind of, if you do rub your driveway exit deals, it's not gonna really do any damage. Looking across the hood, this color is amazing. Wait till you see it out in the sunlight. I mean, it looks great under the lights in here right now, actually. Van Gogh did just a kind of a little polish job on this car. Had some light little fine scratches in it, and it just looks outstanding. So it's funny, I just picked it up today from them and then sprayed the dust off and re-washed it again, and now I'm looking at it and I'm just going, man, I am loving this car. This really tempted to take this off the website and put it in my personal collection. The wheels are fantastic. You just don't find C4s in this condition. Tires are from 17, so a little old on the tires, but I mean, they're great. They got great rubber. They have great traction. They're not hard. They're not flat spotted. So just get out there and drive them, and then change them eventually. Once you can actually wear the tread down on these. Mirrors are nice. There's a couple minor little nicks on that. Windshield is excellent. I'm sure there's a couple minor little pits or something, but nothing stands out on the mirror. The door of the car, the paint is absolutely, it's just immaculate. I'll go ahead and give you a little peek underneath because it is pristine underneath as well. A little bit of water. We washed the car, so you're seeing that wetness there is just from the spraying the car off. And I mean, even the original top, I mean, I hate to overstate a car, but this is the nicest 86 convertible Corvette I've ever seen. And it runs and drives perfectly. Because it's not some 2,000 mile one where it hasn't been driven and it's suffering from lack of use. This one is the perfect amount of preservation and exercise. Wheels are immaculate. And you can see we have plenty of tread on the tires. Plenty of tread. Quarter panel, gorgeous bumper, lights, probably a little bit of rash here. Just tires, are gonna throw up some rocks. So there's a few little pits on the quarter there. God, you'd hate to put mud flaps on a car like this, but it would sure help it. But at this stage, I think you just run it and you just drive it. You could always get the lower half of that bumper repainted down the road or something if you wanted to. Looking across the top of the car, we'll go ahead and do the top. And it is fantastic. Wow. This color is just mesmerizing. Even that back window, just look at that back window. We haven't even polished it or anything. It could use a nice little, plastic cleaner or polish, really, really light polish. But that's just a wipe down with a microfiber towel. So, and it still looks excellent. I'm gonna show you the rest of the top. Top is pretty much flawless. Get back here to the back. Go ahead and give you a run across where the taillights are. No issues there. Looking around the rear face of the bumper. I mean, it is unbelievable. Fantastic. There's a little fuel filler in there, kind of cool. I like the way I like that little hinge there. Pretty cool. lack of flaws on this car. Obviously no door dings because it's fiberglass. Glass is excellent. Here's our mirror. Got a couple little nicks on the mirror. Bug grime right there. Tuned port injection. Such a fantastic running car. And the wheels, I mean, just the finish of these wheels alone is just phenomenal. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood and show you what it looks like under the hood. All right, we got the hood up and it has this little locking deal. I will tell you that the hood struts are weak, so lifting the hood's a little bit heavy, but the hood strut here just kind of locks in and holds it up, which is a nice design. Here's our headlights. They're nice, the way they, I like the way these things rotate and flip. It's super cool. You can kind of see some of the, I mean, look, there's our wear bars. We're really nice shape on the tires. There's all our suspension. Look how clean this car is. Look underneath the hood here. And the car absolutely runs perfect. We did do plugs and wires and cap and stuff on this car. We got the receipts on that. It just had a little bit of a kind of a stumbly at an idle. It ran really well, but had the original plugs and everything in it. So we went ahead and just put fresh ignition components on it, and then it just really, I mean, it ran great before, but it just really came to life after that, and smoothed out the idle and did everything we hoped it would do. There's a battery from 2019, so nice fresh battery. There's our VIN number from the windshield. Let's see that. But yeah, underneath the hood, this guy is nice. Super clean. Lights are nice. And pretty amazing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the hood, and then we're gonna drop the top, and I'll give you a tour of the interior. The top is fully manual, and I'll just kind of give you a quick little tutorial on how to operate the top. So inside here, come on here and we'll show you. There are two little levers up there, and you just flip the header bow levers right here. Just flip those two guys. I already got them both flipped for you. And then you got your header released. And then here is the tricky part. There's actually manual cables released for the boot cover, and that's how I've been opening it. And it's kind of funny because these cars, they put an electric button on the later convertibles that you can reach over there, but I could not figure out how to open this lid. And so I was just doing it with the manual cables. And here's the funniest thing. While I was cleaning the car, here is the boot release right here. And you hear it pop. So you just reach in. There is a lever right here. You reach in and pop that. Lift in the middle. Lift the top back. Hit this lever right here. That pops the boot. Again. There we go. Open up your boot. Drop the back in first, and then just simply push the top back, drop it in, and close it like a hood and make sure that it's latched on both sides. But that's all there is to it, to putting the top down. All right, so there was a little fumbling tutorial about putting the top down. But man, just look at this car. I've got to do a walk around on this car with the top down. It's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you the interior in a minute, but you just got to get a view of this car. It's just absolutely amazing. I'll go ahead and take you in the interior. The interior on this car is really probably one of the most incredible things about the whole car, just because the condition. I mean, these cars notoriously did not hold up very well, and the condition of this car is phenomenal. I mean, I don't even see any flaws. We got the Bose stereo. Everything works on the Bose stereo. The antenna does run on a little bit. Like, you'll hear the antenna running, the motor going, like the antenna works, goes up and down, but it kind of continues to run on for a little while. It does eventually shut off, but it's kind of annoying. But just, you know, letting you know everything. Check out the threshold and the rockers here. Unbelievable. And it is almost perfect, this car. So look down here in the footwell. Get down in here for you. But across the pedals, all the plastics, heel pad, footrest, carpets. Kind of, the dome lights kind of come off as a little bit yellow. But actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab my little light here so you can actually see. You just got to see how good this carpet is. All right, I got my trusty little drop light here, which kind of works. It's just a little LED light, works pretty good. See, that gives us a lot better idea of the color. See, look at that. It's so nice. Just I want you to appreciate how nice this car is. Steering wheel is absolutely phenomenal. Maybe a little nick here and there. Look at the center button. Looks gorgeous. I'll jump in here in a second and light up the dash for you. I just want you to see everything. Show you the seats here. I mean, these seats are incredible. And I love the car, just smells brand new too. Get that away so you can kind of see here. I want you to see. I like how a lot of people, they'll hide a bad spot on a bolster in pictures with the seat belt. That drives me crazy. When people do that kind of stuff in pictures or videos, I mean, like, that's just a red flag to me. I do not even want to buy a car. People that try to hide stuff. And then, I'll kind of just give you a little shot under here. It's immaculate on the back. So, tops stowed. As you see our Bose speakers back here. So, super nice. Console, I'll go ahead and lift up that console for you. Oh, there's a rear release button there too. Guess I was making it hard on myself. Hey, got the original Delco Bose cassette that goes with it. Here's, it looks like our option tag. Get these paper towels out of here. And here is our driver's power seat controls, power mirrors, power windows, everything works. We can close this back down. There's the cigarette lighter element, some tag screws. I'm gonna slide in here real quick. Okay, let me show you across the dash here. It is immaculate. I don't know if it's a scuff or... Remember that? I put a little interior cleaner on there. Probably blend it in. There you go. It's just amazing. Oh, I remember there was one tiny little crack right there. Little stress crack. Our gauges. And this is like, they did this and then they did an airbag later, but they put that in there in this year. It's kind of a weird quirk of this year. We've got our telescoping steering wheel. So go like that, and you can go in and out the wheel. You lock it there, And then you've got your tilt lever right here. Kind of hard to do one-handed there. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the gauges here. There we go. Full tank of gas, I just filled it up. Horn's nice. Everything's nice. Here's our anniversary badge. Here it idle down there. Everything is nice. Go ahead and slide around to the other side there. All right, we got the passenger door panel, and again, pretty much pristine. Even the carpets, the speaker grills. You just look at the condition of that. Unbelievable. The door handles, everything's nice and bright. I can show you the seat here. Seat is nearly flawless. I mean, I say nearly, I don't see any flaws. But yeah, see, now we can see the carpet's really nice. And the dash. If you know the early C4s, I think you really appreciate this car like me, because it is a special one. Even our visors. Look here, this is kind of interesting. So there's our visor. I thought the light was working. But the lid's not broken. These are always flopping and they're literally just falling apart. And you'll see that the visors are absolutely fantastic condition, because those are the first things to just completely fall apart. All right, well, there is the tour of the car. Let's jump in and take it for a drive. All right, we're strapped into the 86 Vet. Here we go. No traction control on this one, which is kind of cool, and it's actually got enough power to actually brake the tires loose. It's not crazy power, but I've had a lot of C4 Vets and even a few the earlier ones, but this is the most powerful automatic C4 Vet I've ever driven of this generation, of this year range. But I've driven this car a bunch. I actually drove it to Ohio and back, believe it or not, on a little family vacation. And so I've got some seat time in this car. I've put quite a bit of miles on it. This car is just absolutely fantastic. I've taken it to Kansas City in Ohio. It is just an amazing car. Let's give it some gas. Holy crap. So there's no problem with passing on this car. Man, this thing gets up and goes. You just can't beat the sound of these old cars too. But I got the top up so you can hear me, but actually it's about 50 degrees here in Kansas today, so man, today would be a beautiful day to have the top down. I may have to pop it down and go cruising around a little bit, but yeah, this car is just absolutely, the tires are nice. The only thing we did, I've got a big folder of all the records and receipts and everything on this car that'll come with the car. This car has lived definitely a pampered and exceptional life. The only thing we did was it had just a little bit of a rough idle, because it was just all original. So we put new plugs and stuff in it. We got the receipts on that. I think we did plugs, wires, and all the ignition system. And actually, it made a difference too. It ran strong before, but that made it even run stronger. But everything about this car, the brakes, the AC, climate control, cruise control, everything works. It's just an exceptional car. Let's go. Man, this is one of those exceptions where I think an automatic is a better option in this car, because in this year it still had that Doug Nash 4+3 weird manual transmission. It was kind of a pretty unloved transmission, and with the torque of this engine, you know, the automatic really suits it well. I mean, plus being a convertible, it's kind of a cruiser. It's not, you know, a track car or anything like that. So, you know, and I love manuals, but in this car, you know, I don't know that I would honestly choose a manual over automatic on this year range. Obviously, when you go to the 6-speed, you know, then you know, the game changes then. But yeah, this car is just fantastic. It really is. It's just such a tight car. The interior of this car, these early C4 Vettes, they really suffer from build quality on and the interiors are what really show it. And when I got this car, I got it in on trade, and I was just blown away at the condition of the interior. I mean, it's almost mint. I mean, you kind of seen through the overview and everything, a couple little minor flaws, and then it smells like it's sitting on the showroom of a Chevy dealer in 1986. So, just a fantastic car. And personally, you know, it's like, why did I buy this car? Well, it was a trade-in, but, you know, I'm kind of picky on my trades. I don't do a lot of trading, but when it brought this car in, I love C4 Corvettes. I mean, to me, it's just a sweet spot. It's got, you know, pop-up headlights, the wedgie styling of the 80s, you know, and they're just fun cars, and they're actually really starting to come into their own. They're really kind of going up in value. Obviously, the ZR1's the king of the hill on the C4 Corvette, but man, the 86 is the first year for the convertible to come back too. So with this being a pace car and a convertible, I mean, it's a special car, and with the mileage on it, I mean, it's definitely one that you know, you want to preserve and enjoy, but you know, this is a special car in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, there's just really nothing to note. Even the old, even the Bose sound system sounds fantastic in this car. So just wanted to drive and have a blast with. But we appreciate you riding along with us. Look us up, EuroAsianAuto.com, EuroAsianAuto on Facebook, and EuroAsianBob on Instagram. And you know, like and subscribe if you would there, and then hit that notifications button. That way, when we get a new car in, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And you know, and just, we always appreciate you riding along with us. So look us up. Have a great day. Happy motoring.